Bio Wars from the Godzilla vs. Biollante soundtrack because Godzilla vs. Biollante in general is like one of the best Godzilla movies ever. Probably one of, and um, particularly in the Heisei era of Godzilla films. And I challenge anyone who says otherwise to fight me or tell me why it's Godzilla Final Wars instead. Um, because they would also be right. Special mention to GMK, maybe. I liked GMK. I thought it was pretty cool. Godzilla 2000 is actually super legit. So yeah, welcome to Mecha Mondays. This week, oh, that's weird. There we go. This week, we're doing Godzilla on the PS4 because Godzilla vs. Kong came out. So here we are. I have to check some things real quick. I'm getting some audio crackle on my end, but I'll cry about it later. So I don't have Kiryu, however that's pronounced. Oh, that's why, because I only have 49% data collected, because of course I do. Okay, so I haven't played this in like 3 to 4 years, which is shameful. Oh, it's over 50%? I thought it was 60%. Whatever. In any case, in order to get Kiryu, I need to get 60%, 50 or 60% data collected, so I basically need to collect one data datum. So I'm going to head to Area 6 if I can. So it is a very special game. It uses tank controls, you play as a giant monster, you smash the absolute bricks out of everything. That is your entire raison d'etre. I don't have the tail attack unlocked. That's going to be a problem. Oh, because it needs Jet Jaguar parts. So, fighting Jet Jaguar is an entire experience. Fighting as Jet Jaguar is... It is a thing that you can do if you really want to do that to yourself. I love Jet Jaguar, but in this game he is bordering on unplayable, which is very sad. Okay. So progress and your level of success is generally measured in how tall your kaiju has become. We're gonna do a... Okay, so we go ashore. I think you can get Jet Jaguar real easily to show up if you get like between 50 and 60% destruction.
Godzilla?
It is Godzilla. Go, go. Or, oh no, there goes Tokyo, go, go, Godzilla. I was gonna play that, but I knew the censors on YouTube would pick up on it, and I wasn't in the mood to have my video blocked in most regions.
Oh no, not the generator.
So there's actually deep lore for this game.
It must be the G-energy generator. It's the only explanation as to why he chose to come ashore in this area. We discovered G-energy because of him, but it turns out the stuff is his favorite meal.
Maybe Godzilla holds a grudge. After all, the reason he was born in the first place was... forgive me. I spoke out of turn.
It's fine. We need to consider all lines of thinking here. We are going to disaster level 1. We must protect our country.
Moving to commence level 1 response, ma'am.
Now, the reason you're wondering why I have this on Mecha Mondays, and this first run is not going to show why that is, but I will play as Mecha Godzilla, I swear.
Begin your assault.
Because it's appropriate. So I want to get between 50 and or between 40. I'm pretty sure it's 50 and 60. Controls are super basic. You have square to go thwickety thwack. You have triangle, or X rather, which is usually some mobility ability, like me charging forward like a goon. My destruction rate is I am gonna have to blow some extra stuff up. I need to get Jet Jaguar parts though, because for some reason you need his stuff for absolutely everybody to level them up. And he's just insufferable. He's easy to fight. He's a non-issue to fight. The problem is getting him to show up. That's where the problems start. Okay, so we're at 46. I want just a little bit more. Get between 50 and 60 if I can. There we go. And now I want to blow this up. So you start off as a 50-meter manlet, or monster. Oh shoot. I think I might have fudged up. I think my destruction went too high. This is probably fine. So I'm not going to be getting Jet Jaguar, but that's okay. Just cry about it.
All generators in the area are destroyed. We've picked up on an energy reading, but it's not a life form.
Oh wait, it might be good. It might be between 60 and 70 then. That would be superb.
You're in danger here.
It's here.
So this is good.
A robot? Someone must have created it to stop Godzilla. I
So
know it's a
it's
robot,
Jet Jaguar.
but I can feel a strong positive energy from it.
He's got like Jet Jaguar, for as much as I'll slag him in this game, is very cool. He's from Godzilla vs. Megalon, and he just kind of happens. People build a giant robot, the giant robot self-evolves, and decides, wouldn't it be cool if I could become gigantic? And look like a discount Ultraman with a serial killer smile. Which is about right. Also wrestling moves. And I'm having none of it. So as is traditional, you do have breath attacks, but apparently I'm too dumb to use them. Oh, I did do the 180 though. Oop. Do that. He's giving me the boot. Come on, roar. Thank you. So you do have breath attacks, and he just got shilliggity schlacked. Oh, I was too slow. You also always have like an evasive ability that'll act kind of like in a beat 'em up, like say Double Dragon, where you do one of those big spin kicks that takes away some of your health. This won't take away your health, but it'll
Giant robot has been weakened.
yeah, well, not for long. I may turn down some of the sound effects to get more monster noises. Go home, Jet Jaguar. Your planet needs you. Oh good, I got the timing on that. So what I'm doing there is, because the combo system in this game is really fascinating. It's simple, but it's like there's a bunch of stuff that if you don't know it's there, you won't necessarily. And move lists exist in the game, so it's not hard to find out. But I didn't know at first that you could chain a roar into a breath attack and make the breath attack just straight up better.
It's accelerating his growth. You were right. He came ashore in search of food.
Incredible. But I doubt it'll be enough to satisfy 60 years of hibernation.
So the deepest lore.
I wish we knew what
Okay.
Godzilla was thinking right now. Do you think he will search for another food source?
And I have to worry about the people's doubts. I hope they don't call for my head. There's no one else in politics who's equipped to handle such difficult
So
decisions.
this is part of the cool background stuff that's going on in the game. Yes, we already have the data there. So we're just gonna.
Both areas
I know
are
for a
potential landing
fact
points.
that Area 6 I can do. And unlock the stuff, so I'm gonna go for the hard route. The game is non-trivial. It should be very decidedly noted. This game is not especially easy, so expect to see me fail several times.
Godzilla has entered the area. He's going
Unless
after
I'm
the
playing
generator.
Biollante. Biollante shits on the entire game. Biollante is just disgustingly broken by design. It cannot help itself.
We have no idea how big he can get.
So part of the
Better
measure of
that
your
we get
success,
the
as I
party
mentioned,
started
is
sooner
how
rather
big
than
you become.
later.
That is an important thing. Now, ideally, you want to destroy absolutely everything. Ideally. What is the... It's trucks, okay. So I gotta look for trucks. You do want to fill those out. They're not that big a deal, I guess, but a little extra is always good. So there's a fury meter / rage gauge. Rage gauge, fury gauge, rage meter, whatever. In any case, it's a score multiplier, and the bigger you score at the end of a level, the bigger you become, and therefore the stronger you are. So you want to have a high fury meter when you're doing high reward objects, like generators. So to do that, which you ideally do, in an absolutely ideal world, good luck with that, is destroy absolutely everything in a very specific path so that you get to one generator and then the next, all while keeping your fury gauge as high as it can go, which I want to say is a times 10 multiplier. That is not realistic for me at this point. I have done it with Biollante, and you get absolutely colossal. Biollante is big to begin with, but Biollante becomes dummy thick. Like 110 plus meters in size if you do everything correctly the entire way through. It's pretty gross. Probably upwards of 120. I think I've gotten... I can probably look up and see how high the highest I've become. Or tallest you've gotten. You get big.
Godzilla has reached Zone 4. The generator is losing power.
Oh shoot, I got the timing on that all wrong. Okay, so you could... I muffed the timing. That's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow up one of these. I also muffed that, because I thought it was going to glow differently. If you get big enough, you can like one combo those. That is not as easy as it sounds. So to do really well, you have to plan out a route very carefully. And with the rough camera angle, incredibly tanky controls, your generally methodical demeanor is not quite as easy as it sounds. Fortunately for my purposes, I don't care overly much about this level. Pop it now. So that's a guard, and that will keep that force field thing from doing dino damage to me. Well, it doesn't do much damage. Reading how much damage you've taken is remarkably difficult as well. Like, you don't know until you're very close to death that you're in very close to death. Like, your screen will get fogged up. By the time you're seeing it, usually it's... maybe not too late, but man, you're in trouble. Oh my gosh, that is a really, really large Batra larva. I could have a problem here. I might be dead. I didn't even... No, you're gone. Go away. If it starts shooting like lasers at me, I've got a huge, huge problem. Because that thing can dish out quite a lot of damage. I don't think it's going to let me... Oh my god, let me close, please. I'm going to just go for the jennies. Heck with this. Get... Oh, not over here. Sucks to be you. Giant bug thing. This is, what they call a compromising situation. It's a Mexican standoff is what it is. Here he comes. Thank you. You didn't get knocked out. Oh, don't cut out. Please. Oh, not today. It was working fine this morning, and then it wasn't working. And now I have to figure out. I have to fix it. Okay. Well, give me a sec. Ah, boy. Capture card, why you do this? Why you do this, capture card? We'll be right back. So I figure out why this isn't working. It was... it'll work for hours at a time, and then it'll just say, no, I'm not going to work right now. Usually it doesn't do it in the middle of a stream. But... Ah! Yes! Okay, so it gave me a minimum of grief. That's good. So you see all that orange crap around my screen? That's me being about to die horribly. And I'm dead. So I'm going to completely ignore Batra in this. Usually when a 100-meter kaiju shows up, it's like, okay, you now have to make a big decision.
Where is Godzilla heading?
And say, okay, what am I going to do exactly here? It separates the men from the boys, or the 50-meter manlets from the 100-meter giga chats. I will hopefully never use those terms ever again. Certainly not with a straight face. So I'm going to go for generators and ignore Batra at this point. Blow you up because I don't like the
Stationary guns have ceased operating.
So you can kind of combo things. So you can combo like from regular punchy smashy attacks into a charge. You can combo from a punchy smashy attack into a grab slash bite. You can sometimes go from a bite or strong attack into a rush attack, but I'm not able to do it consistently.
The generator is losing power.
Ah! I was mashing the button, but I was in recovery. I was hoping I might be able to kill it before it went off. No such luck. Okay, one down.
It looks to have been completely destroyed.
So straight up head over here. I really hope I don't have to straight up kill Batra, because if I do, I am not 100% sure I know how that I'm going to accomplish that particular task.
Godzilla has reached
So I'm gonna try and speed, relatively speaking.
unidentified creature confirmed. It's arriving shortly. ETA in 60 seconds. Sixth squad, begin your assault.
These things really live here on Earth?
Generator offline.
Okay.
Generator still
Let's go
operational.
for the other generator and pray. Because if we're able to do it quickly enough, it might not be,
Godzilla has reached zone 5.
overly dire straits. I'm also hoping I never fight King Ghidorah, if I can avoid it, because King Ghidorah is the danger. Stop attacking on that, because of course I did. I don't like you, I'm breathing on you now. Bleh. Okay, was I fast enough to keep that from being a thing? Probably not. Oh, it's a 55. We're good. We're good. We can deal with this. If it wasn't a 55, we were in serious trouble. As you saw before, this giant death worm approached and, well, had its way with me, for being kind. Oh, I did the grab. I did not want to do that. Hey, no. Stop. Stop it. Go away. So because I didn't keep my Fury gauge up, I'm not going to gain much height. I wanted to do the neutral.
7th squad, begin your assault.
That's enough out of you.
Stationary guns have ceased operating.
Absolutely enough out of you. Stop it.
Batra has been weakened.
Get over here. Wow, it was not taking that for an answer. That's fine. Okay, no. This is not going well. This is not, how you say, going well. Ideal world, we would blow up all but one generator, then fight Batra, and we're going to have to do stuff like that later.
It's hard to say if any of this was worth it.
It is. So one of the cool things going on in the background is, that's pretty pitiful. I want to be up around, like...
Where is Godzilla heading?
Okay, here we go, Area 6. Oh, shoot, but it's against Mothra. Mothra hard. Mothra takes ass and kicks names. Mothra is vicious in this game.
Godzilla is on the move. He's taking
The Japanese love
route we
Mothra.
predicted.
Mothra's pretty cool, particularly if you watch the Rebirth of Mothra movie trilogy. Mothra gets up to some serious hijinks.
What happens here will impact the whole planet. We need to act, and we need to act now.
So they're being... So one of the cool things going on in the background is that you've actually got a political struggle that is told in terms of what route you're choosing. Changes which prime minister is in charge. Okay, so I want to get to this thing. Shoot, man, there you go. So you collect data.
Data collection is complete.
I'm a photography enthusiast, apparently. And if you get enough data, you'll be able to fight Kiryu on, I think, mission area 24. Not to be confused with mission area 23, which is very, 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 very similar, but not the right one to unlock Kiryu. We're hoping it's not going to be an issue. And if we don't wind up getting there this run, that's fine. We're going big step. So you can, through evolution mode, which is a thing you can get.
Collection squad is requesting orders.
Oh, well, timing is hard on that. Smile for the camera, Godzilla, baby. You can tell him. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for these data collection points early and then circle back to this. and hope that that's an actual viable course of action.
Godzilla has reached Zone 3. Unidentified creature confirmed.
That's not
Arriving
good.
shortly. ETA in 30 seconds. Third squad, begin your assault.
I need backup! Move out when you've got the data.
Data collection seems to be complete.
So the reason I have 3 temperature gauge nodes is because I have actually played the game before. Done some grinding. Those orange diamonds, rhomboids,
It's Mothra.
going into me are G energy. So instead of radiation, it's G energy. I'm not sure why exactly, other than they wanted a arcade juice.
Stationary guns have ceased operating.
It is fortunately only, I'll put that in quotes, a 60-meter Mothra. This is still going to be
Losing power.
quite challenging. Oh my god, hit the button, please. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna quickly deal with Mothra. I missed. That's not good.
Fourth squad,
Please don't
begin
miss.
your assault.
Thank you. So, Mothra, again, is the danger. Mothra is the one who knocks in this game. Partly because it flies, and partly because it's got a lot of really dangerous tools, like good ranged attacks, and it can do stuff like that, which is really annoying. I'm trying to turn around and it's not giving me the opportunity. Stop it. Go home. Fortunately, it is behaving somewhat stupidly. But it can, you can do ridiculous wombo combos with Mothra. You can just, especially if you get people cornered, they'll just be locked down forever. That's part of it. What it's doing right now is part of the wombo. Okay, you're done. Go over there. That 180 spin is a luxury that, like, nobody else but Vanillazilla gets to have. There's 1 or 2 others I think that can do it, but Vanilla Godzilla, who is more or less Heisei Godzilla, is like the only one who gets to have it as like an easy command. And it does, in fact, do damage, the tail whip. Okay,
Has gone down.
that's good.
Now that Godzilla has defeated his enemy, he's sure to turn his attention to the generator. Generator offline. Only 1 generator still operational.
So you can keep your energy rate and fury rate up just by breaking, like, bits and bobs of already destroyed buildings. So that can be very handy. Also damaging tanks, also an aircraft and the like. So if you're really good, which I am not, you can keep your combo going very effectively. Some maps are a lot easier to do it with than others. There's one, like, this map here is okay. It's not a bad one for it. It's not very crowded. There's, like, big gaps where you have no real, not a lot going on. So Biollante, because Biollante is broad, is able to do this with a very high combo consistently. Others, not so much. Even at low heights, like sub 60 meters, which you won't be. You'll be much taller than that. Because Biollante is disgusting. There we go. That's the 2. So as you can see, if you follow certain paths, like I'm doing this loop around, I'm gonna try and get my energy rate up because I want to make up for lost.
Reached zone 5.
It does decrease faster the higher it gets, which makes things a bit tricky.
I'm raising the disaster level by 1.
Disaster level does change a few things.
Disaster level to 2. Sending in new weapons.
Mostly it changes what the military is doing to stop you. So, fighter jets, bigger, badder tanks, more tanks.
We weren't coming out of this without casualties anyway.
So I love her, that Prime Minister. She's the hard route Prime Minister, and she's just like 100% down to business 24/7. I think I may have done it too early. Nope, we're good. I could have had a higher multiplier, but it was going down quickly enough that I was a bit concerned, so I did it a bit early. That's still pretty good. We'll see what our height got up to.
I am fully aware there are those who consider my decisions hasty. If the people want it, I will gladly step down.
So there's 3 different prime ministers depending on the difficulty route you take. Oh, that's not too bad. Went from 60 up to 67. You want to be gaining like 10 meters per...
Both areas are potential landing points.
Because it is, again, non-trivial. The bigger you are, the better, the stronger you are. Like, full stop.
I have to keep
You
my
do more
cool.
damage, you can take more damage. You're bigger, so it's much easier to crush things. And that becomes very relevant for keeping...
This is no
Keeping
time
up.
for crying. We've got to get our priorities in order.
The area's generators are equipped with an emergency shutdown system.
Okay, this is when they start doing timed
The
missions.
population will not be pleased to bear
This
the
is a
cost of getting it
bit
up and running
tricky.
again. But if it means stopping Godzilla from growing stronger, they'll have
So
to
what you
cope.
often want to do with this is blow up a generator, get a
Commencing
kaiju to
generator
spawn.
shutdown sequence. 300 seconds until shutdown.
Now, these
All
are
G14
easy ones. They give me a full 5 minutes to do this. That's manageable.
Unidentified creature confirmed. It's arriving shortly. ETA in 60 seconds.
It is not safe here. He's right about that.
Switch to the video feed to collect data on Godzilla.
I've got eyes on the prize, people.
Data collection seems to be complete.
So, I do want to leave a line of buildings so I can keep my fury gauge up.
First squad,
But I
begin your assault.
do want to blow up one of these.
Godzilla is approaching the generator. A kaiju has appeared. The generator is losing power.
It's gonna go off as soon as this starts. So, Batra's showed up. But it's not that Batra. It's the flying one, the Imago. Because, you know, almost exactly what it did in the movie.
It's
Batra's kind of annoying, but not quite as annoying as Mothra. Mothra is, like, exists to be obnoxious, because its larval form is incredibly annoying.
Legendary guns have ceased
There's a
operating.
data point right here. I could have gotten that.
One generator has been destroyed.
Alright, I'm going to leave a slight line of buildings so I can come back while keeping my fury rate up. I now want to be destroying buildings, and the generators... Ow, that stings. I didn't want to do that. I really, really did not. It's okay. It's okay.
Two generators have been destroyed.
Okay, flip. So fighting Batra at the same time as doing this is where things are getting extra complicated. I'm not seeing much to blow up. If I can get over here quickly. That's enough out of you. Get off me. Okay, yeah, whatever. It's fine. I'm also at the 70-meter mark, which is very good. I want to be further along if possible, but we're going to try and build up some combo with this thing, and then deal with Batra.
Second squad, begin your assault.
Oh, that's right. So, individual missiles, usually not a problem. Lots of missiles, they will knock your ass down. Well, they'll stagger you anyway. Okay, that's enough stuff. That takes a chunk of my energy gauge to do, so I do want to be a little sparing about it, but it is armored, so I can get away with it. Ah, that's enough. If you're not going to get out of my face, that's fine. I can deal with that.
Has gone down. I guess it might be too much to hope that if he defeats his enemy, he'll forget about the generator.
You'd be right about that. So it's like nominally. Oh shoot! There's a data thing I need to collect. I'm not forgetting that. I can deal with this thing within a minute. That's not a problem.
We're done for.
By collecting data, we are able to discover new strategies we can use to employ against Godzilla.
So none of this, even Mothra, the Mothra we have fought. Jeez, no, I was stuck in the grab because I held forward like a dick, which I did not want to do. There we go. So there are directional inputs for some of your attacks, namely your strong attacks, which are on the triangle button. So doing forward for Godzilla specifically is a grab.
The country's
Doing
finances are
back
everything. This is a disaster.
would be a tail attack if I had tail attacks unlocked, but I don't. So that was not as profitable, partly because I got distracted. But we had high destruction
We've
rate.
completed the evacuation of the area likely
okay.
to be affected.
Mecha King Ghidorah can be quite tricky.
Any
Any Ghidorah is going to be tricky. Mecha King Ghidorah has a few more tools, and they're largely all
The
very
slower
unpleasant.
we act, the quicker our country falls.
So, as I was talking about the, there's
An unidentified signal. Image coming in now.
that bonus objective for
It's Mecha
getting
King
jets
Ghidorah.
is just a non-starter. I'm not even gonna bother. I just straight up don't care. It is a 70 meter, so we do outsize them, which is good. He is yumping.
Second squad, begin your assault.
Wrong way. So I do want to blow up this submarine.
One generator has been destroyed.
Shoot, grab you. Like so.
Generator offline. Only one generator still operational.
Oh, somehow I blew a generator up. It must have run into me.
Begin your assault.
Oh no, not this time, buddy. I'm gonna get to these data collection points real quick. No. That'll keep him off me. He's getting slammed by his own friends. I say friends, I mean submarines. Yeah. So I don't want that to happen because it can do a lot of damage very quickly. Fortunately, this isn't timed, so I can actually get away with a lot here. And fortunately, he jumped, so he's gonna get knocked on his booty. That's not good. It's a lot farther away than I thought. Really? Let me get that data collection point really quick. He's coming up close to me pretty fast. He's gonna keep tapping those out. I think he's fairly energy resistant too. Most of the mecha units are. Ow, 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 ow. Had enough of your beeswax. He's no bueno. Keeping a combo on one of these is basically impossible, so it's one of those, don't worry about it, just hope that you get through it cleanly enough. Oh, got me with a boom! Yeah, no. And now we just blow up one last submarine. Wherever it is. Pop up on my screen eventually. Where are you? It's over here last, I think. This direction. Looking for a boat. Where is the boat? Blow one of these up. Targeting things in the air is a whole experience. Okay, it's over here. I'm gonna give it the big steppy. Where are you? Oh, I was on top of it. Very good. So hopefully we got a reasonable amount of size from that. I think only probably 5 meters. So our goal is to get to mission 24. And then around then is when they're gonna be like, yo, you know what? It's time to make it so you have very little time indeed. There was nothing to destroy yet. We barely gained anything. So we've got to make up for it with this next one, and unfortunately that's going to be against Biollante, and Biollante is non-trivial. We're gonna
movement in the area.
We're gonna try.
Godzilla. Godzilla. Can we even stop him?
That all depends.
Just look at that. There'll be nowhere left to hide.
Commencing generator
Alright,
shutdown
they haven't reduced
sequence.
time on me yet, which is good.
300 seconds until shutdown.
Hey, we're sitting ducks here.
First squad, begin your assault.
We've got another one.
Second squad, begin your assault.
Moving in to engage target. I've got Godzilla squarely in my sights.
The generator is losing power.
Did nothing to me.
Third squad, begin your assault.
My God.
One generator
Oh,
has been
nice.
destroyed.
Okay. I didn't expect that at all. I did not think I was going to blow it up. So I was prepared to do
Fourth squad, begin
stupid
your assault.
towers. Stupid things.
Monsters on Earth.
Monsters on Earth. Wow. Owen Wilson, ladies and gentlemen.
At the data collection point.
Owen.
Unidentified creature confirmed. It's arriving shortly.
Another nice thing about these data collection points is they slow down your fury decrease while you're in them, and actually pressing the button, which is pretty neato. Alright, open up that fury gauge so we can capitalize on one of these later ones. Ideal world, let me at like
Sixth squad,
So I think they're gonna have me fight Biollante at the end, which is not quite.
Godzilla has interrupted the shutdown sequence.
Let's see what happens. Because I think it was spawning in before I actually blew it up, which means I might not get 100 meter. If I get 100 meter, this is going to be really hard. Because Biollante can corner you just by moving. You'll see what I mean. Hopefully you won't, but you probably will.
It's Biollante.
It's 75, we're good.
Squad,
We're good.
begin your assault.
Problems are solved. Now I just have to kill it to death. Which is
8th squad, begin your assault.
its own thing. It's an experience. Yes! No! That's not good. Not good at all. It is just colossal attack range for no reason other than it's just huge. It's okay. I have a plan. Keep it at range and breathe hard on it. Heavy breathing commences. Yo, hey Dunn. What's up? Sorry I didn't see you there. Oh, I got interrupted by a rocket right before I got... Right before I breathed.
I'm raising the disaster level by 1.
Setting disaster level to 3.
Gonna back off, and now...
All
I'm
units,
kind of lucky it hasn't
proceed
done...
with attack phase.
Biollante has a breath attack where it just spews a bunch of acid, and it's really hard to hit with. But if you're right up in its face and it pops it, it's pretty problematic. Fortunately, we had that handled. I'm very happy. That went very well. That could go very, very, very poorly. Because Biollante, even at like the same size as you, is like half again as large as practically anybody. And all its attacks take up a giant radius around it. It does damage just by moving. It's really obnoxious to fight. Is that what you're telling us? Yes. Yes, it is. Humanity is indeed doomed. So, in the background, you've got 3 different prime ministers. She's the one for the hard route. And anytime you decide to change to the normal, middle, or the easy route, you change to different ones. So the one in the middle is kind of like thinks he knows everything, and he's kind of a dink. Unfortunately, he's really frustrating. So which is good because it means you want to blow everything up a lot. The one on easy just kind of is like, I don't want to deal with this problem. Somebody else tell me what to do. So you just kind of run roughshod. Whereas
We were fools to try to
her name
harness
begins
the
with a
energy.
T. I don't
We never
remember her
truly
name off the top of my head.
understood.
Her, the one talking right now.
We move out against Godzilla shortly.
She's just like, nah, I'm not having it. Not in my city. Not in my country.
This better work. It's all we
Blow
got.
up all the kaiju. Not having it.
Commencing generator shutdown
Okay, so they've
sequence.
reduced the time in which I can blow up generators, which is
Seconds until shutdown.
tricky, but we're gonna make it work.
Super X engage.
Oh no. Okay.
First squad, begin your assault.
So the Super X's are
Super
awful.
will arrive in 30 seconds.
Absolutely awful to fight. Because mid-air targeting in this game is just not a great time.
We can switch to the video feed at the data collection
It's
point.
very much a okay. I smile.
Has arrived.
So I want to just focus down these generators real quick. I really hope it doesn't give me the triple Super X fight but I'm on the hard route, so it's almost guaranteed.
Approaching the generator.
It is awful, and you'll see why as soon as we do it.
Generator is losing power.
Please pop it, thank you.
Super X2 engaged.
Yeah, it's the triple. This fight sucks, and this could take like an hour.
Been destroyed.
So we're going for the generators, ignoring everything else.
30 seconds.
That hurts. Because if I can pop the generators... Oh my gosh, that stings. So the Super X's are these anti-Godzilla weapons that are devised in order to blow Godzilla up with military hardware. And they work, sort of. They actually give Godzilla some trouble. In this game, they are... they're special. And I was just standing there like a dick. It's fine.
Second squad, begin your assault.
Okay, good. So they're gonna send
Generators have been destroyed.
the Super X3 at me. So Super X1 is from Godzilla 1984, 1985. Super X2 is from Godzilla vs. Biollante, and Super X3 is from Godzilla vs. Destroya. Yeah, here we go. Ouch. This isn't immediately problematic, but it is going to become so very quickly. Okay, very good. Now for the hard part, which is dealing with these things. Because they move away from you. Fortunately, I have a lot of energy to work with.
Super X3 has arrived.
Unfortunately, I'm getting interrupted. So, yeah, here we go. It's a jet. So it can do a lot of damage, but it's not going to attack you frequently, which is good. But when it does attack, it's a whole can of worms. So I'm going to blow up the 1, I'm going to blow up the 2, and I'm going to blow up the 3. And we do have to do this. This is like mandatory.
Super X has been damaged from Godzilla's attack.
I hope it has. Don't interrupt me. Okay, I'm gonna keep 1 energy in reserve. Can't get away from me that easy. I can't believe I juked those. I did not know they were coming, so me juking them was kind of impressive.
Super X is losing functionality. This is not good.
Ow. Turn around, breathe. Turn around more, breathe more. Yeah. I like this more. Stop moving. Stop. Stop moving. Okay, I missed. This is like everything wrong with the game in one level, unfortunately. I love it to death, but my god. Stop! As soon as I take one of them out, this is much more manageable. I can breathe on the Super X2 so long as it's not open. If it's open, it is not a good time to do that.
Super
Where are you?
X2 has been damaged from Godzilla's attack.
Ow! You can melee them, but it's really hard. Okay, so I cannot breathe on it no matter what, because it will shoot a giant death ray and it will hurt. It's low. You can't grab them either, you can just kind of like beat on them a little. Let's see if I do that. There you go. If I do a roar sequence and breathe on it, and it gets away from me. Oh no. It opened up as I was doing that. This is not good. Because it will hurt. I'm gonna scoot. gonna scoot more. We scooted. Oh, I've actually done damage to the Super X3, that's good. So it's gonna keep flying around in god-awful parabolic arcs. I blame localization. I don't really know why one is a numeral 2 and the other is a Roman numeral 3. How did I miss that? What are you doing?
Monsters on Earth.
I'm not... Well, no. Destroyer and versus Biollante are in the same general universe. They're not... The entire Heisei era up until Godzilla 2000 is basically its own continuity. So that's like... It's a bunch of movies. I'm not sure how... Oh, there we go. I got the suite. Cool. It's good for me. Did not kill it. Okay, very good. But I think enough time had passed in the background for Toho to not remember that they had that they had single digits, or Arabic numerals. Where are you? Where are you? It's up in the air somewhere. There he is. So I have to wait for this thing to do sweeps and then breathe on it. Like that. So the Super X3, interestingly, lore-wise, is not really the same animal as the Super X1 and 2. It is not custom designed, ostensibly, to fight giant monsters. It is designed to deal with nuclear waste by shooting freeze rays and some sort of cadmium missiles and things, which seems like a really good way to turn an otherwise horrible nuclear waste, nuclear apocalypse into an absolutely toxic waste dump. So I'm not really sure which is worse there. He's over here. Oh, I need to get that scan in. So I need to start backing towards that. I'm gonna do a quick turn. So it's supposed to be, and yet it's still owned and piloted by the Japanese Self-Defense Force, so it is definitely a military vehicle. Oh wow, I did that completely blind. I'm happy.
Super X3 is losing functionality. This is not good.
Yeah, get the whip. Get the whip. Okay, it's gonna do another joust, and hopefully I'll kill it this time. Don't shoot at that helicopter. You missed. Come at me, come at me. It's way at the top of the screen. You can't angle up higher than this. Yes, that is questionable game design. There we go. My thoughts exactly, Big G.
Godzilla confirmed to be alive. Our troops are not.
Humanity is doomed. Is that what you're telling us, Godzilla?
No, we did okay there.
That data. If only we had the last few pieces. We've completed the evacuation of the area
Alright,
likely
so
to be
now we
affected.
fight a King Ghidorah, which I absolutely don't want to do. Because it's probably going to be a 100-meter godless abomination. And therefore, it is going to kill me like 3 or 4 times. So, we're gonna make a go for it, though. The one after this is probably going to be harder if it's Kiryu, aka Mechagodzilla 3, and
There is
the
something
Gotengo.
devised for this exact scenario.
And the Gotengo is very special.
Well, what is it?
We've been researching this since G-Force's inception, and it's very close to completion.
Cut to the chase already.
The Prime Minister in office at the time G-Force was founded and G-Energy was being developed was Mr. Hatagaya's grandfather. He conceived a weapon to fight like Godzilla, built in Godzilla's image but of equal power, a man-made kaiju. The weapon's construction is complete, but we have no data on Godzilla to use for programming it to fight like him.
This too shall pass.
So the data we received by fighting Godzilla is enough to complete this weapon's software?
Yes.
Well, this is a surprise. You were developing anti-kaiju technology all these years without anyone knowing? Amazing. Then let's show 'em what humanity is made of.
A battle for survival. We will double our efforts until it is fully operational, ma'am.
So that's basically telling me that I have done what I am set forth to do correctly, and I will actually unlock Kiryu after this, which is good.
180 seconds
I'm
until
gonna just spin
shutdown.
the win here.
Gotengo engaged.
Oh no, not Gotengo. No, not like this.
Will arrive in 30 seconds.
Okay, so Gotengo is like the Super X3, except it can actually ram me and do serious damage, and that's bad. You'll see. Maybe. I'd like to say hopefully you won't, but we all know that's the last time I said that. It was not true. Alright, one down.
Gotengo has arrived.
So that's the Gotengo. It does a lot of things. It has lasers, it's got
The generator is losing power.
missiles, it's got... Please don't get staggered like that. Thank you for knocking me away. That actually helped me quite a bit. But I have to fight it like the Super X3, which is bad. So the Gotengo, this particular iteration of the Gotengo, is from Godzilla Final Wars.
The generator has been destroyed much
And yes, it does have a big drill on the front, because of course it does. I swear this mission said I was fighting King Ghidorah, so I'm not sure what's up. It also has side turrets, which is very different than the Super X3. The Super X3 can only joust you to death, pretty much.
in your assault.
But the Gotengo can do drive-bys. And those can be quite tricky. Though usually when it's doing it, you can get like a side swipe with your tail in, which is good.
Godzilla has interrupted the shutdown sequence.
Alright, that's good. Now we just want to get our scans in. It staggered me, that's not great.
Major confirmed. It's arriving shortly.
So now I have to deal with King
30
Ghidorah
seconds.
and the Gotengo, which is not my preferred state of affairs. The Gotengo is originally from, I believe, the Mysterians. No, is it the Mysterians? I might be wrong about that.
A kaiju has appeared.
Or Message Out of Space? No, it's not Message Out of Space.
It's King Ghidorah.
Don't be a 100k, don't be a 100 meter. It's a 90 meter, we're good. Problem is I have to deal with these two at the same time, which is very, very not good. Turn around, breathe hard. Pray you staggered it enough to not die. Oh god.
Gotengo has been damaged from Godzilla's attack.
I'm raising the disaster level by 1.
I'm not sure what I targeted there, but it was not what I wanted to target.
Deploying Maser tank squads now.
Okay, Maser tanks will stagger you a lot, so I'm gonna scoot over here. Give myself a little breathing room.
No point in showing our hand just yet. The element of surprise is nothing without timing.
I'm doing that almost entirely for breathing room. Also to stop taking as much damage as I have been taking, which has been substantial. Thank you! I think. Yes! Please be. It was not close enough for that to actually lock on. That, on the other hand, was out of energy. So because he's bigger than me, I may not be able to grab him at all. That did not take out the Frontier, that's okay. I have to watch my energy gauge now. Because I need to keep one energy in reserve at all times, in case they get me in a, like that. Back off, buddy.
King GODZILLA has been weakened.
That's not what I wanted to do. But it stopped me from being staggered by those. That's something, I guess.
Gotengo is losing functionality. This is not good.
Oh no. No, 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 no. You get off. So I'm kind of... I'm cornered, which is not ideal. Okay, good. I'm gonna keep baiting with the tail. Ow! See, I knew he was gonna do that. Fortunately, I was able to recover. There we go. Okay.
King GODZILLA has gone down. Godzilla
Now I just have to
survived.
deal with this thing. That is the hard part. I'm gonna hope it goes for a joust. If it does, I can maybe kill it in one breath attack, but it might go for a side swing. I'm gonna try it by. Or, you know, just do that. Okay, it's coming for a joust. And I didn't lock on properly, so that's suboptimal. I did hit it. There we go. Excellent. So now we're gonna fight Mecha Godzilla 3. Kiryu.
The mission is a failure.
Not this mission, but the next one.
Just how
At least
strong
we
is
should.
he? How are we going to
And I'm
stop
pretty
him?
sure we're set. Because if it's not, then we're gonna be fighting Super Mecha Godzilla, aka Godzilla vs. Mecha Godzilla 2's Mecha Godzilla. We did not grow as
We've
much as I would
completed
have
the
liked. We
evacuation
are
of the
fighting
area likely
Kiryu.
to be affected.
Excellent. I don't remember if it's throwing anything else at us, but I do know that I want to go for a generator, get it to spawn, then kill the generators, then kill him, which has been my general plan of action all along.
Type 3 Kiryu is ready, ma'am. We will prepare for deployment immediately.
We're short on time. Deploy the machine ASAP. We owe Hatagaya a great deal for this.
Commencing generator shutdown sequence.
I'm going to ignore the data
180
collection
seconds
points for
until
now,
shutdown.
just because time's
Type 3 Kiryu
a little
engaged.
bit tight.
First squad, begin your assault. Type 3 Kiryu will arrive in 30 seconds. The generator is losing power. One generator has been destroyed.
We're in danger here.
Data collection seems to be complete.
So
Type 3
now,
Kiryu has arrived.
okay, good. Very good. Yeah, I need to wait for him to show up before I can do this, because otherwise it'll just end the mission right there. We can't have that. It would defeat the purpose entirely. So if you don't have enough data collected throughout runs of the game, which are these times where I'm stopping to get a photo op, I'm going to I would be fighting Super Mecha Godzilla, which is honestly a harder fight than Kiryu. In many ways. Kiryu is faster, and it is a 100-meter monstrosity right now, but that's not wholly unexpected here. Yeah, that's enough. I'm going to try getting to these photo op points, which I might not be able to do. I may just have to grin and bear it. Because he's got missiles, and missiles are annoying because they interrupt.
I've got Godzilla squarely in my sights.
By collecting data, we are able to discover new strategies we can use to employ against Godzilla.
It's not as resistant to energy weapons, for starters, than Super Mechagodzilla. And Super Mechagodzilla is just Mechagodzilla with a, well, the one from the Mechagodzilla 2. Ow.
Begin your assault.
With the Garuda fighter thingamajiggus attached to it. So it can float around and do a bunch of flying, hovering nonsense and shoot some weapons from that as well. Which is pretty cool. I am cornered, that is bad. Nope, not having it. We should be able to beat Kiryu just fine. I'm just trying to get to this last data collection point. Which is proving tricky, because I keep auto-targeting Kiryu. Nope. I'm doing chip damage to him, which is okay, but I need to watch my energy.
Data collection is complete.
It's also big enough that it's kind of able to corner me almost no matter where I am. Ah, shoot. That's okay. That's okay. That's what we want. It's still kind of resistant to energy damage, but not as much so. I missed. That's not good. Okay, got it. Take a breather.
Kiryu is losing functionality. This is not good.
That's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna miss. Never mind. It decided to target it that time. That's good. So it's keeping its distance, which it should do. That's intelligent. It interrupted me. That's not good. Wow, that was a lot of knockback. Okay. I'm just gonna kite it and breathe on it a lot. I'm gonna try to get a charged breath. There we go. That should do it. Very good. So those got 2 Type 3 Kiryu evolution parts are things I need for the evolution system. And are basically how you improve. You get more energy gauges. I have the most you can for this particular
The
Godzilla.
last remaining generator in the country has been destroyed
And
now.
faster energy gauge charge. And then
60
for
years of innovation and progress
this
are
Godzilla
obliterated in
and
the
the
blink of an eye.
1964 Godzilla that you can also play,
If the Earth could
you also
speak,
unlock other
maybe she would
moves
tell
you
us
can do
Godzilla was here to cleanse this world.
using that system.
That's quite enough, operator.
That's quite enough.
I wonder if Godzilla will still search out more G energy. He looks to be heading back into the sea.
He's returning to hibernation until humanity has recovered, at which time he'll no doubt rise from the depths to wreak havoc on us all again.
Not my largest Godzilla run. So then it goes and does credits with the Godzilla theme, and that's pretty cool. So now it's time for giant robots, because that's the entire purpose of doing this. Gameplay recording paused. Well, joke's on you. First we're going to go to the evolution menu, because we got Jet Jaguar parts, and these are good. We need those for all the characters that need them. Namely Jet Jaguar. He needs them badly. Very badly. So here we go. We have Kiryu. I've already gotten a bunch of parts from it for previous runs, but they don't count unless they're during like a more campaigny run like that, where I have to get the scans and everything. Alright, so yes, we do want to do the unlock. What do you need for these? Mothra larva cells? Yuck. Evolution energy you'll just get on your own. It's pretty easy. But yeah, Jet Jaguar parts you need for just about everybody. Destroya parts you need for just about everybody as well. For energy gauges particularly. What do I need here? Oh, evolution energy, because Space Godzilla is kind of hard to use. So we will do a run as Super Mecha Godzilla, because we haven't seen him yet. I don't have any evolution energy. So what you've seen up until now was God of Destruction mode as an invader, basically. Oh, hey, Zigra71, how are things? And in Invade, basically you play a rampaging kaiju that has to go and blow everything up, and blow up these G towers, and make everything explode. However, there's also Defender mode, where you can use certain specific characters. Mothra Larva, Mothra Adult, Jet Jaguar, Mecha King Ghidorah, Super Mecha Godzilla, and the Type 3 Kiryu. And your goal is very different with those. Your goal is to defend the city. So blowing things up, bad. Very bad. You do not want to blow things up. You want to kill giant monsters. So that's what we're going to endeavor to do, and there's a button I have to remember to absolutely never, ever, ever press as the Mechagodzilla, because I will spin around blowing everything up around me, and I cannot ever do that. That is very bad. What we really want, ideally, is for these monsters to shoot beams at me, because they will practically just bounce off.
Kaiju has appeared.
It's really funny.
It's Batra.
It's Batra! Oh my god! Smack the
Super
bricks out of
Mechagodzilla
it.
has arrived.
Heard you was talking
Prioritize
stuff.
protecting the generators.
So the generators absolutely cannot die. You can tolerate a bit
Begin your assault.
of damage loss to other things. You don't want to if you can prevent it.
Second squad. Begin
Well,
your assault.
you would interrupt me, so stop it. This is not going well, is it? Get shot. Thank you. Okay. And so you maintain power in these modes by making sure things don't explode. Please shoot it. Thank you. Ah! I got him with it, and then he just knocked me out of it like a jake.
Squad. Begin your assault. Batra has been weakened.
Oh, that's not quite what I wanted to do there.
Generator is losing power. It'll be
Stop
destroyed
knocking me
if
into
you
it,
lose that
Oh no!
All generators in the area are destroyed.
So that didn't go very well
Batra has gone down.
at all. I have a hard time with defense missions, especially when I'm a big stompy robot slash kaiju. So that didn't go very well. You do not want to fail to defend things if you can possibly help it. I'm gonna fight. So this is the system by which you change leadership.
Our
So-
target is a fellow inhabitant of Earth. Compassion is key.
Hatogaya, despite apparently being the guy who decided it would be a good idea to get a Mecha Godzilla Mark III built, does not seem to fully comprehend the gravity of giant monsters
kaiju has
blowing
appeared.
everything up.
It's Mecha Godzilla. Super Mecha Godzilla has arrived.
And I have a belly.
Attention all G4 squads. Commence the operation at once.
That's not what I wanted. Come on. There we go.
Fourth squad, begin your assault.
I need backup! Down for the count.
It doesn't always follow up with the harpoons, which is the G Crusher, I think it's called.
Got it dead.
There we go. And then you electrocute them and kind of just have your way with them for a while.
Fifth squad, begin your assault.
Oh. So he decided it was time to hit me with the business. That's okay. You go right ahead with that, my dude. 'Cause I have business of my own.
Mecha Godzilla
Ha!
has gone
Should
down.
have used a surge protector. So, a lot of Super Mecha Godzilla's gameplay can be summed up as sit there and tank everything and just sit in place shooting at things, letting them walk at you, shoot them again, rinse, wash, repeat, which is almost exactly how it happened in the movie, come to think of it. So we're going the easy route because we're chickens.
A kaiju has appeared. It's Hedorah.
Oh my god.
Super Mecha Godzilla has arrived. Prioritize protecting the generators.
Oops, I didn't want to blow those up. I'm sorry, tanky boy. I don't have energy, oh no. He wasn't close enough, oh no. Stop evading me. Go home. Uh-oh. Ghidorah can... The smog monster can be problematic, but is not right now, which is good. I also have to hit him with other business. I've got a big business to hit him with. Yeah, where he shoots balls of glop at you can be very dangerous, because it can do a lot of damage if they all hit. And that is much business. If that turret could turn around and shoot him, that'd be awesome. So I'm just kind of doing that, keep them locked in place as my energy gauge regenerates, and then, you know, say enough's enough. And miss completely. Absolutely no chance of that hitting. Whatever, we'll just zap you to death, that's fine. Kind of boring, but it does work. It's also not on hard difficulty, so things actually present a challenge. But again, defenders have a rather more straightforward overall. Oh, here, we'll change to Chujo so you can see what he's like.
It was my destiny to rise to this position.
Has appeared. It's Rodan.
Or Radon, depending on your
Super
localization.
Mecha has arrived. Attention, all G4 squads. Commence the operation.
That's a 100-meter Radon. Rodan. I'm scared a little bit.
First squad,
Please don't hit me with the business. Oh, that's the business. Yo. So this is going to be a little tricky because it is a 100-meter. I'm just gonna. Oh, that's actually doing pretty good damage. I'm pleased by that. I just wish I had more energy gauge. Ah, good timing. There we go. You can't see half of the action. I'll try and make it more cinematic. Get him with. There we go.
Rodan has been weakened.
Tried to avoid knocking him into all those buildings, but it happened anyway. That's okay. Ow. There's no escaping me. That's not obvious. That really hurt. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no. We'll just go with the poke damage. That's fine. Also destroyed, like, almost a quarter of the city in one attack. That is horrible. That's okay. Oh, Anguirus is, like, either very easy or very hard, depending. on the situation. Usually not very hard, but it has one or two useful abilities. So a lot of the time, if something is behind you as a kaiju, there's not a lot you can do about it. You have to turn around, and that's a slow, steady process. And Geras has a back attack, which is armored, so he's... Oh my goodness, I'm going to damage buildings no matter what I do here.
First squad, begin your assault.
Sacrifices must be made in the name of progress. These buildings are done. I actually did not hit very many buildings. So we want to keep using that as often as we can. Oh, that's the one. Oh, hey. That's interesting. So I guess I sort of grabbed him out of that, I guess? And then he was just sort of stuck in it, not really, no, that's fine. I'm not complaining.
Anchorus has been weakened.
I wish I had more energy, I really do. That's the first thing I'll do when I have evolution points to spend. There we go. That went very smoothly. That's how it's meant to go. Oh boy, here we go. Either one, really. Which would people rather see? Gigan getting bodied or Space Godzilla getting bodied? I'm not picky. Space Godzilla might be the more challenging of the two. Gigan's kind of in this game, sadly. It's too bad because it's the really cool Gigan from Godzilla Final Wars. You know what? I don't fight Space Godzilla enough. Let's go Space Godzilla then. Space Godzilla is pretty interesting. He's got probably one of the weirdest / coolest movesets in the game that isn't one of the Mecha Godzillas, because they've got like all kinds of mobility. You kind of play him like you play a Mecha Godzilla in this title. I want to avoid those buses. There could be small children on them. That bus died. Price we pay for power. What on earth? Oh, crystals. So the crystals are really cool. That's part of his really cool gimmick, is he can summon crystals. It costs him energy to do. But while he's standing in a field of crystals, which we will hopefully never allow him to do, he has infinite energy, and he can just keep using breath attacks as long as the animation lets him. He can also use them as projectiles while they're up, which is pretty cool as well.
Space Godzilla has been weakened.
Unfortunately for Space Godzilla, though, we're just going to keep locking him in a corner like this. Because, you know, the game's going to let me get away with it, so get away with it we will. Why would you do the wrong one that time? I don't understand. Judo punch.
Godzilla has gone down.
So, Mechagodzilla 1 and Mechagodzilla 2 from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla and Terror of Mechagodzilla are evil baddies. So they have to blow things up. They cannot defend places. Unfortunately, they're very, very slow. So they have an incredibly hard time doing that. They don't have much in terms of mobility. They don't even really have a rushdown attack. like, say, Godzilla was doing, where I would, like, waddle forward
Kaiju
very
has
quickly.
appeared.
They don't have that. They have,
It's
like, a
King
shoulder
Ghidorah.
check that they do that's very short range. So
Super
mobility for them is
Mechagodzilla has
incredibly
arrived.
tricky. They have a lot of cool shooty abilities that they can use for free.
Prioritize
Some of them.
protecting the generators.
Okay, well, if you're gonna blow everything up, I'm just gonna... I'm just gonna...
First,
Yeah!
begin your assault.
No! Maybe not! Oh, I hit him with that. Okay. It's... I'm honestly not sure how they even got him in there.
King Ghidorah.
Ideally, I have more than one energy gauge, so you can actually fly around and do cool things. This will change.
King Ghidorah.
So
has gone down.
you'll notice most of these fights are going down like one way and one way. I had difficulty in the beginning against Batcher because Batcher was short. Fortunately, you never have to fight Mothra larval Mothra, because larval Mothra is tiny, absolutely picayune, just down at maybe toe level, and you miss with everything, except for specific attacks, which you learn real quick. So now we're going to fight Legendary Godzilla, because he's in this game. Oh, okay, and we have Takasu again.
If you can't take the heat,
That's right.
you're in the wrong line of work.
And again, she's all about business. Fortunately, disaster level rising is good for us, because that means better things are going to help us out. He's also... Legendary Godzilla is also playable, which is neat. They call him Godzilla 2014.
We have movement
And
in the
he's...
area. It's Godzilla.
He's actually interesting. He's an invader, so he has to blow things up. But he starts off at 100 meters and never actually grows.
Attention,
So he
G4
starts
squad.
off like turned
Commence
up
the
to
operation
10.
at once.
Don't do that. Don't go for those. Bad boy. Here, let's swat. Over here. Oh, do that again, I dare you. Okay, don't do that. Don't do... No, that's bad. No. Okay, I can just... Do that, yeah. I take no damage from that.
Fourth squad, begin your assault.
Some of that connected. You don't have any easy descent attacks, unfortunately. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, because I'm holding up and I'm not tapping it. That's nice. Keep backing up. He knows what it's all about. He knows what I'm gonna do to him. He knows. You better run. Oh, he's not running. Don't run. Alright, I felt that a little. There we go. Oh, okay. No. Oh, don't do that.
The generator is losing
So that's the one button you never want to press, because that'll blow up everything around you.
power. Fifth squad,
It's too
begin
far
your
away.
assault.
Okay, now he is hurting me. They are. they are having a good time. I hope they're having a really good time. If I'm lucky, he'll decide to turn around and blow up that generator. But I don't know what he's doing. He's dancing. Okay, he's blowing up. Oh, don't do that. Don't. There we go. None of that connected. And I blew up a Ferris wheel. I was the real monster all along. Oh, he just went right through that. There we go.
Godzilla has been weakened.
He's also getting knocked away far enough that I can't easily do a follow-up breath attack. And I'm interrupted. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wow, he went all out for the combo. Okay. I did the wrong beam attack. I didn't want to hit that button. That was bad. That was bad. I'm about to have my entire city destroyed out from under me. Hey,
Has gone down.
gave me some trouble. He's huge. The Ferris Bueller wheel? Well, it's not here anymore, so calling it in for attendance will not be an effective strategy in this scenario. And is this regular or Burning Godzilla? That looks like regular. Burning Godzilla is the real deal, and he's who I should be fighting after this.
Godzilla.
Burning Godzilla is like regular Godzilla,
Mecha
but
Godzilla has arrived.
absolutely lethal. Mucho
Prioritize
damage.
Protecting the generators.
Oh no, not the students. Kind of. More like in imminent peril of melting down and either blowing up the entire atmosphere or melting a hole straight down into the core of the Earth and thus killing the planet. Take your pick. Neither one is particularly desirable, which is... Yeah, do it. Do it. Shoot me again. Well, less on fire and more glowing from inside. He's not covered in flamey things. He's a nuclear reactor gone horribly critical. So I like it when he breathes on me, because that means I charge my energy faster. Oh, he interrupted that. That's bad.
Third squad, begin your assault.
Sit there and roar, dude.
Godzilla has been weakened. Godzilla has gone down.
Oh, okay, so we're not gonna fight him, I guess. Either I didn't do well enough or not. Zigra says, do you have Godzilla figures? I have a few. Oh no, here we go.
Something's happening to Godzilla.
I have actually a black Mecha Godzilla 3 slash Kiryu figure that I'm quite fond of.
These should freeze Godzilla and deplete
I don't have
his
very
atomic
many.
energy.
I have that, Final Wars Gigan. Oh, that's right, these are timed. I forgot about that.
First squad, begin your assault.
Secondary target identified.
Key?
Second squad, begin your assault.
Moving into engaged target.
Third squad, begin your assault.
Yes, oh, that does interrupt me. Okay, very good. And of course my battery's running out of glue. Oh, you... That's classy. I saw ads for really nice, That's huge. That's awesome.
Begin your assault.
He's gonna knock me away because he doesn't like the abuse. He's gonna interrupt me, which is not as good. So long as he's breathing on me, it's fine.
Godzilla.
Because even if I get staggered, it's doing inconsequential damage. It's when he starts mauling me to death that I have a problem.
Squad, begin your assault.
I need backup. It's down for the count.
There we go. Oh, that's cool. Who's the, manufacturer, out of interest? Because I like
Has
Megalon.
gone down.
GG. Oh, yes, GG. Indeed, GG. X Plus. They might be the ones who did... No, my Gagan isn't that big, though. So I'm not sure. I'd have to check. I don't think I have the box material anymore. Which is a shame. I'll do Kiryu next. Kiryu is pretty much the same, but a little different. Where are you? Super Godzilla, I want to boost the gauge. I should really find out. So I'll do one as Kiryu, because Kiryu is cool. Or... Gigantic 1962 Godzilla King Goji. I do not know that model. Kit. Or figure, rather. Actually, yeah, Mecha King Ghidorah, why not? I have a bit of extra time.
A kaiju has appeared.
Mecha King Ghidorah and Kiryu are more involved than,
There's one more. It's
Oh,
Mecha King Ghidorah.
yes! Okay.
All
I should have
units,
figured that out from the
proceed with
date.
attack phase. First squad, begin your assault.
I need backup.
So this is a more traditional grab attack. It's not as cheap, but it's also like a million years longer. You're also a lot less accurate with Mecha King Ghidorah. It's okay, manhandle. How dare you?
Third squad,
forget what that's. Is that the G Grasper? I forget what that's called. Watched G Crusher. I haven't watched Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah in a while. Still one of my favorite kaiju designs. Let's take King Ghidorah, whose head has been removed, and then put a bunch of cyborgy stuff on it. From the future! It's such a goofy movie. Such a goofy film. Oh, I actually wanted to do Batman.
Our target
Oops.
is a fellow inhabitant of Earth.
Compassion is key.
A kaiju has appeared.
I do agree in
It's
principle.
Mecha Godzilla. There's one more. It's Mecha King Ghidorah. Attention all G4 squads. Commence the operation at once.
It's too far away. Let's try that again. Oh no!
Fourth squad, begin your assault.
Rider kick, by the way. G Graspers from Mega Gearus. Thank you. As you can see, does a lot less damage than the Super Mechagodzilla. What I really want to get, there was a model kit for the original promo art version of Super Mechagodzilla, which looks really cool. I'll see if I can find a link to that. If done would think that's cool. I would love to get a kit for that because it just looks so slick.
Fifth squad, begin your assault.
More above it than that.
Mechagodzilla has gone down.
Machine head attack. I think it's a Bandai kit. I don't remember the manufacturer off the top of my head, but it's probably like a premium Bandai because it was not in wide circulation at all, from what I remember. And I remember seeing it pop up a couple
kaiju has
years
appeared.
back as a thing they were doing,
It's
and I
Batra.
lost track of it immediately.
There's one more.
And I was like, that's really cool, I want to get
It's
that.
Mecha King
It just
Ghidorah.
faded from my awareness.
All units, proceed with attack phase. Stationary guns have ceased operating.
Oh, that's very cool. A lot more figures than anything. I should get more, but they're not cheap, and I am cheap. I also don't have much shelf space or display space, so they just kind of be sitting in storage half the time, and I don't want to do that. I do like how it grabs onto its little limby bits. That's very cute detail. Sure thing.
Has been weakened.
It I agree, especially after Super Mecha Godzilla's one that is just doing huge damage every time. It's like a chunk of their bar. Oh my gosh, enough out of you. So glad I'm not going to have to fight Larva Mothra though, because that thing is just... Like, you can deal with it, but most of my dealing with it would constitute jumping into the air and rider kicking it over and over and over and hoping that I'm hitting. We did Rodan earlier. This is, I think, Mechagodzilla 2. So we're going to change things up a smidgen.
It was my destiny to rise to this position.
Balance in this game is like a tertiary concern. It's mostly about looking cool, blowing stuff up. It is not the fanciest game in the world, but it does. It is slow and kludgy, but I have fun. Blaze hates it, and that should be reason enough to want to play it. That's just me. Baddies get the boot! Did he just dodge, or did he get knocked out of the way? Ow. Okay, not a problem. Got this. There we go. I suppose it doing piddly damage is kind of canonically accurate, because it's... In the movie, it's like, oh, this is going to be the ultimate attack, and then they use it on Godzilla, and Godzilla's just like, I don't care at all. So maybe it's appropriate. And it just kind of winds up grabbing him and flying him into the ocean. Because they're like, we don't know what else to do, because nothing's working. Also, they had to end the movie. So. Oh yeah, because it's Mechagodzilla. So I've exposed his cyborgized brain. There's a bunch of attacks he can't do now, but he has an attack that he can do that's extremely dangerous, so I did kill him quickly. He can do a turnaround on that. I don't think the playable version can do that, unfortunately. But it would once you get him down to like 20% health, his head pops off, and he can shoot incredibly dangerous death rays at you. Okay, we're fighting Godzilla a little earlier now. Because we're doing a slightly different route.
It's Godzilla. There's one more. It's Mecha King Ghidorah. All units, proceed with attack phase.
Yeah, I can get
it. First squad, begin your assault.
Rider kick! Yeah, he didn't want me on him like that. He was not happy about it. Ah, Titanosaurus. I love Titanosaurus. Big part of my youth were the Showa era Godzilla movies. Oops. Well. Just gotta get some free hits in, that's okay.
Godzilla has been weakened.
Baddies get the boot.
Has gone down.
Oh, Gabara, nice. I'd kind of like. Do Do you know if there's a figure kit for Varan? Out of interest, I've never looked. We didn't do Gigan before. We'll do Gigan this time. Or we can decide who's going to be the real King Ghidra. Real question. We didn't do Gigan before. So we'll do Gigan.
A kaiju has appeared.
And you bet those
It's
are
Gigan.
chainsaw hands.
There's one more. It's Mecha King Ghidorah. Attention all G4 squads. Commence the operation at once. First squad,
it's too far
begin
away.
your assault.
Moving on target.
There we go. Rinse, wash, repeat.
Gigan has been weakened.
Get Shrek'd.
Gigan has gone down.
He does mean business. I loved the villains in Godzilla Final Wars. They were just absolutely pitch perfect. That movie, that movie, man, that movie just works for me. It is exactly the right kind of stupid. I love it. I love it.
A kaiju has appeared.
It stops being a guilty
Space
pleasure and just is
Godzilla.
pure pleasure. I'm just like, yes.
There's one more.
We've got random like martial
Mecha
arts
King
action scenes.
Ghidorah.
We've got
Units,
adorably
proceed with attack phase.
goofy, charismatic alien bad guys. We've got monster fights out the wazoo. Everything you can hope for.
First squad.
And a killer soundtrack by none other than the Emerson of, oh, he can do that, of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, which I think is cool. I'm gonna try and hit him with the business. Some business hit. Ah! He can float! When you get down here, you'll float too. Oh, yeah, I got knocked back. That's okay. Yeah, he's gonna do that. That's fine. Oh, I didn't press the button soon. That's fine. This is fine. There we go. Corner locks.
Space Godzilla has been weakened.
Yeah, there we go. You saw it briefly, him shooting it like a missile.
Second squad, begin your assault.
Watch out back!
St-
Space Godzilla has gone down.
Yeah, it's great. Like, let's see what this is all about. He shows up in Sydney, Australia with a goofy soundtrack playing. Um, gets tail swiped into the Sydney Opera House and then radiation beamed. Cue alien head honcho being like, stupid tuna head. Next.
If you can't
Oh,
take the heat, you're in
one
the
of
wrong line of
definitely
work.
one of the favorite moments of that movie. Oh yeah, Kumanga was I loved the Kumanga iteration they had in that one. Looked really classy with the bright yellow. Hopping around, bouncing around. Supersize your tragedy. Thank you. It's just like somebody's sending a message with this scene.
There's one more. It's Mecha King Ghidorah. Attention, all G4
Hopefully this one
squads.
will go
Commence the
slightly better than
operation
the
at
previous time I did this. It is, because I have a rider kick, and that makes me strong. Oh, he's strong too. It's okay, you'll be strong. Yeah, shoot. Okay. Fine. Oh, he interrupted that. Well, interrupt this.
Begin your assault.
I thought not. Oh, Ferris wheel's toast again. Hope you weren't expecting more Ferris wheel action.
Godzilla has been weakened.
I promise one of these I won't destroy the Ferris wheel. Nobody was on it, it wasn't spinning, it's okay. Nobody got hurt. Probably. But I did put a Ferris wheel operator out of a job, which is not as okay.
Godzilla has gone down.
That went incredibly well. I'm very happy. You can't tell by my dead flat affect, but I'm quite pleased with how that turned out. Alright, I guess we fight Godzilla again, and then we'll fight Burning Godzilla again.
We have movement in the area.
Oh,
It's
64 and
Godzilla.
68. Cool.
There's one more. It's Mecha King Ghidorah. All units, proceed with attack phase.
So the ones with the crescent horn on their head, then. Actually, I think the only ones that don't have the crescent horn on their head is the one from the Heisei Godzilla vs. Mecha. Godzilla vs. King. Why he was giving me the business like that. It's causing me damage. Oh, well, that hurt him. Now he's in a corner, so I can do this pretty much as I want, which hurts a lot.
Third squad, begin your assault.
Let's make it rain!
Godzilla has been weakened. Godzilla has gone down.
Yeah, the Rebirth of Mothra films are really good. Well, okay, that's not wholly true, but I love the monster designs in the Rebirth of Mothra movies. I like from Rebirth of Mothra 2, Dagara, I think its name was. Really cool monster design, I thought. But yeah, Death Ghidorah looks great.
Something's happening to Godzilla.
The one from the Cretaceous period in the third movie looks, it's a bit different. Or is that the first movie that has the Cretaceous era
Fire
King
freeze
Ghidorah?
missiles at will.
Nah, because they time travel in the
These
third
should
movie.
freeze
Yeah,
Godzilla and deplete his atomic
so
energy.
weird, but they're fun. They're fun. They're dumb, but they're the good dumb.
First
Once you can
squad,
get over
begin
like
your assault.
a Furby in the second movie, peeing on someone's leg to cure it of wounds.
Second squad, begin your assault.
I have never been to a G-Fest. I know of G-Fest, but I have never been. And since I was very young, when my dad on a business trip to Japan brought back a copy of Godzilla Destroy All Monsters in Japanese, which I didn't understand a word of, but loved every second of. Like, I watched that so many times as a youth.
Fourth squad, begin your assault.
Oh man, he's hitting me with that with frequency.
Fifth squad, begin your assault. Godzilla.
Oh wow, this country. Not for long. Thwack.
Godzilla has gone down.
I would have been. Oh jeez. I'm not gonna tell you my age. It's a running gag with the guys that I hang out with on Sundays that I don't reveal my age, but I am older than I sound and yet younger than certain people guess. But I was. Oh jeez. That might have been when that might have been when I was 4. It might have been younger. I might have been younger than that. It might have been when I was still 3. I might not have been 4 yet. Impressionable youth, and whew. From there on, it was history. Then I wound up getting a copy of Godzilla vs. Megalon on VHS, and wore the hell out of it. Just absolutely devastated that poor VHS tape. Just, I have it I have a digital rip of that VHS tape, which I keep around just to show this is what happens if you watch a VHS tape about, I don't know, 100 times, give or take. Just so much fun. I actually have to run. I am running out of time. I have things I have to get done this afternoon. I had some work this morning, and then this, and now I have to run. But yeah, no. Thanks for tuning in, Zigra and Dunn. I do try to do. Usually, I'm not doing Godzilla. I was doing this mostly because Godzilla vs. Kong came out, and I was like, I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood. It's time. I don't do it all that frequently, but I can make it more regular if people want it. But usually I do something giant robot related or mecha adjacent on Mondays for Mecha Mondays. I do a Warframe Wednesday stream where I do something Warframe related, and then on Fridays I have a Free Read Fridays stream where I read short stories and indeed entire novels aloud. We just got done reading Artemis by Andy Weir, which is about a moon heist. I have to go and actually organize my YouTube channel to make sure those are all in the right sub menu. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to read next. If people have a book or story they want read aloud, I can just shoot it my way, and I will endeavor to do that. Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't have a functioning Patreon, so you can't, like, give me money or anything, so don't worry about that. I would not shill like that unless I absolutely have to, and I don't absolutely have to. Berenstain or Berenstein? I don't know. I thought I knew, and then was wrong, and then was maybe right again. It was a very confusing. I always thought it was Berenstein, but apparently it's Berenstain. But in any case, I don't know if I have any of my copies of Berenstain Bears, actually. I used to from the days of my halcyon youth, but now I don't. Um, what I was initially planning to read next for Free Read Fridays was Heavy Time by C.J. Sherry, but we'll see. Oh yeah, I read a lot of those. That and oh, she just died recently. Um, the author who did the Ramona Quimby novels and all that, Ramona and Beezus and all that. I had a lot of fun with those as a youth. But yeah, with that I do have to run, but thanks. Oh, Pet Cemetery? Yeah. Stephen, I've read some Stephen King short stories on here way back, a year or so ago, I think. I do kind of want to read some more Stephen King because I think it would be fun. Um, I should probably do that. We'll see. We'll see how I'm doing by Friday. We'll go from there. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in. I'll hopefully see you later. See you again. If you do want to watch any of the stuff I've done before now, you can go on to the YouTube link that I have in the stream description, and they should all be archived there. There's one or two that didn't get recorded properly, but 90%, 90 to 99% of what I've done should be there. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Love having new blood. Love having actual people watching. It's a good time. But yeah, thanks again. Have a good one as well. Stay safe. And keep on keeping on. That's the best thing we can do. See y'all later. Bye.